If you want to become unstoppable, first, understand this. Success is not something you chase. It's something you attract by the person you become. That's where it all begins. Not in the opportunities, not in the luck, not in the economy, but in you. Most people wait for conditions to be right before they start. They wait for motivation, for clarity, for the perfect timing. But the secret is, the conditions are never perfect. Success belongs to those who start anyway. You see, being unstoppable doesn't mean you never feel tired. It doesn't mean you never doubt yourself. It means that even when you do, you keep moving forward. You've made up your mind that giving up is no longer an option. And that's a decision, not a feeling. Jim Rohn used to say, "Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better." Because when you get better, life gets easier. When you grow stronger, problems shrink. When you discipline your mind, distractions lose their power. The real enemy isn't outside of you. It's the voice inside that says, "Not today, maybe later." That voice that whispers excuses, that negotiates with your potential. That's what you must silence. Becoming unstoppable means mastering the conversation within. It's reminding yourself daily, I am responsible for my future. I am capable. I am disciplined. I am willing. Every morning, you have two choices. You can either build your dreams or keep explaining why you haven't. You can't do both. Success is a slow climb. But every step you take, no matter how small, builds something inside you. It builds strength, character, confidence. And those things, my friend, can never be taken away. So, don't measure your progress by how far you've come. Measure it by how committed you remain when things get tough. Because that's the moment your greatness is being shaped. Don't ask for an easy life. Ask for the strength to endure a difficult one. That's the wisdom of champions. That's how you become unstoppable. If you want to become unstoppable, first, understand this. Success is not something you chase. It's something you attract by the person you become. It's not luck. It's not talent. It's not who you know. It's who you are becoming every single day when no one is watching. You see, life doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you are prepared to handle. And most people spend their lives wishing for success, while a few spend their lives working for it. The difference? Mindset, consistency, self-discipline. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have all the answers. But you must decide, right here, right now, that you will no longer live by excuses, that you will no longer let fear or doubt decide your destiny. Becoming unstoppable starts with one commitment. No matter what happens, I will not stop until I become everything I am capable of being. Thinking to personal power. The world doesn't change because we hope it does. It changes because we do. People say, if only I had more time. No, if only you had more focus. People say, if only I had more money. No, if only you had more discipline. Jim Rohn said it best. For things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. That's where power begins. Inside you, your job is not to control circumstances. Your job is to control your response. Because your response determines your results. Every problem, every challenge, every setback is life asking you a simple question. How badly do you really want it? When you take full responsibility for everything in your life, your habits, your time, your mindset, you stop being a victim and start becoming unstoppable. The key is not motivation. Motivation fades. The key is standards, deciding who you are and what you will no longer tolerate. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Without it, dreams remain dreams. Every successful person you admire, they've learned the art of doing what must be done, whether they feel like it or not. Discipline is not punishment. It's freedom. Freedom from laziness. Freedom from regret. Freedom from living below your potential. You see, consistency beats intensity every time. You don't need to do 1,000 things once. You need to do one thing 1,000 times until it becomes who you are. When you get up early, when you stay focused, when you study while others sleep, you are building something much greater than success. You are building character. And character is what keeps you going long after motivation disappears. The man or woman who has mastered self-discipline is already halfway to mastery of life. Everyone wants a diamond, but few want the pressure. But understand this. Pressure doesn't break you. It reveals you. It shows you who you really are when things get hard. The moment you stop running from difficulty and start embracing it, that's the moment you begin to grow. The pain you feel today is not punishment. It's preparation. Every obstacle is an invitation to rise higher, to get better, to become tougher. The storm is your training ground. When you walk through adversity with courage, you earn something no comfort zone can ever give you: resilience. And resilience is the secret ingredient of every unstoppable person. Focus is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. The modern world is full of distractions, notifications, noise, endless comparison. But the truth is simple. You can't win the game of life if you keep changing the field every 5 minutes. Choose one direction. Commit to it fully. Focus means saying no more often, no to doubt, no to distraction, no to anything that weakens your purpose. When you learn to protect your attention, you protect your destiny. Execution beats intention. You can plan all day, but only action changes your life. Every time you take action, you cast a vote for the person you want to become. Most people overestimate what they can do in a week and underestimate what they can do in a year. Success is not about speed. It's about direction. The person who moves slowly but consistently toward a worthy goal will always surpass the one who runs fast in circles. You must think long-term, because true growth, the kind that changes your destiny, takes time. Jim Rohn said, "The same wind blows on us all. It's the set of sail that determines where we go." Set your sail wisely. Don't be distracted by the storms. Keep your eyes on the horizon. Vision gives you endurance. When you know why you started, you'll find the strength to keep going, no matter how long it takes. Becoming unstoppable isn't about shouting louder or running faster. It's about mastering the quiet voice inside that says, "Keep going." It's about walking with calm confidence, knowing that every day you show up, you're becoming a little stronger, a little wiser, a little more capable. Success doesn't need noise. It leaves evidence. Let your discipline speak for you. Let your consistency build your reputation. Let your results make the noise. Because the world doesn't need more talkers. It needs more examples. Be the person who does what they said they'd do, long after the mood has left them. That's what it means to be unstoppable. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction today. Jim Rohn. Start now. Choose growth. Build discipline. And never forget, success is not found in the big moments. It's hidden in the small, daily choices you make when nobody's watching. The unstoppable mindset begins there, in the quiet decision to keep going, no matter what. The truth about habits and success. If you want to predict where your life will be 5 years from now, don't look at your dreams. Look at your daily habits. Because success doesn't happen someday. It happens every day. Every small decision, every routine, every act of discipline. These are the invisible threads that weave your destiny. Jim Rohn said, "Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Failure is simply a few errors in judgment repeated every day." That means what you do today matters. What you think today matters. What you repeat every day, that's who you're becoming. Most people underestimate the power of repetition. They think progress is about big, dramatic action. But real success is quiet. It happens in the background, while others are distracted. Becoming unstoppable is about building momentum. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to stay consistent. Miss one day? That's fine. Just don't miss 2. Fall short? Learn, adjust, and keep going. The small wins compound over time, like interest on effort. And before you know it, the person you were has been replaced by someone stronger, sharper, and wiser. That's how transformation happens. Not through force, but through consistency. The power of attitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. And that makes all the difference. Life has a way of testing us, not to destroy us, but to reveal what's inside us. When something goes wrong, you have two choices. You can either curse the darkness, or you can light a candle. And lighting that candle, that's attitude. The right attitude turns obstacles into opportunities, and setbacks into comebacks. Every successful person has had days when nothing went right, when plans fell apart, when no one believed in them. But they chose to keep a positive attitude. Jim Rohn said, "You cannot change the wind, but you can change the set of your sails." So, check your sail. Check your attitude. When life hits, when people disappoint you, when results delay, choose to stay calm, grateful, and focused, because how you react determines whether you rise or fall. The unstoppable don't always have perfect days. They simply refuse to be defined by bad ones. The hidden power of time. Time is the currency of life. You can earn more money, build new relationships, start new ventures, but you cannot earn more time. Every minute wasted is gone forever. So, learn to treat your time as a precious investment, not a casual expense. Ask yourself daily, is what I'm doing right now moving me closer to my goals or further away? Most people spend their lives in minor things, chasing distractions, entertainment, and comfort. But successful people trade temporary pleasure for permanent purpose. They understand that today is the only day that matters. Because tomorrow is just a concept, it never arrives. Becoming unstoppable means you stop saying one day and start saying day one. You take your dreams off the shelf and start building them brick by brick, hour by hour. Because when you respect your time, your life begins to respect you. The character of an unstoppable person. To become unstoppable, you must build character strong enough to withstand success, not just failure. See, failure tests your patience, but success tests your humility. When you start winning, when you start growing, when the world begins to notice, that's when you must stay grounded. Don't let recognition replace purpose. Don't let praise replace progress. Character means doing what's right when it's not convenient. It means keeping your word when no one would blame you for breaking it. It means staying kind, even when people are not. Jim Rohn once said, "Be strong, but not rude. Be kind, but not weak. Be humble, but not timid. Be proud, but not arrogant." That's balance. That's maturity. And it's that kind of balance that creates the unstoppable life. Not reckless energy, but steady conviction. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You just need to be yourself, fully, faithfully, and with integrity. The quiet season, patience, and process. Every dream goes through a quiet season. It's the time when you're doing the work, but no one sees. You're growing, but there's no applause. You're sowing seeds, but there's no harvest yet. This is where most people quit, because they mistake silence for failure. But remember, the roots grow before the fruits show. You can't harvest the same day you plant. So be patient. Stay faithful. Keep your discipline. Your time is coming. If you keep showing up, Jim Rohn said, "Don't join the easy crowd. You won't grow there. Go where the expectations are high." The quiet season is where you build depth, and depth always precedes greatness. While others seek recognition, you're building foundation. And when the results finally come, they last. The gift of responsibility. Responsibility is not a burden. It's a blessing. Because every time you take responsibility for something in your life, you also take back your power. When you blame others, you hand them control. But when you say, "It's up to me," you become unstoppable. Jim Rohn taught, the day you graduate from childhood to adulthood is the day you take full responsibility for your life. You see, growth begins the moment you stop waiting for someone to rescue you. No one's coming. The government's not coming. Your boss isn't coming. Your friends aren't coming. It's you. You are the solution. You are the answer to your own problem. That realization is freedom, the power to design your life, not just accept it. And when you live from that mindset, nothing can hold you back. In the end, success is not just about what you achieve. It's about who you become and what you leave behind. The unstoppable person lives for impact. They measure success not just in wealth or status, but in influence. How many lives they've lifted, how many people they've helped, how much good they've done. Because all the money in the world means nothing if you lose your purpose. One day, people will forget your titles, your trophies, your possessions. but they will never forget your example. So, live in such a way that your life becomes a message. Let your journey remind others what's possible. Leave behind more than success. Leave behind significance. The unstoppable mindset is not loud. It's not showy. It's calm, it's steady, it's certain. It's the quiet confidence that says, no matter how long it takes, no matter how many times I fall, I will not quit. It's faith mixed with discipline. It's patience mixed with persistence. It's the long game, played with grace. So, keep working when others are sleeping. Keep believing when others are doubting. Keep walking when others stop. Because every step forward, no matter how small, is proof that you are not the same person you were yesterday. That's progress. That's growth. That's power. And that's what it means to be unstoppable. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Jim Rohn. So become that person. Live with purpose. Lead with discipline. And let the world see what happens when one person decides, truly decides, to never give up. If you want to become truly unstoppable, you must build one thing that cannot be shaken: character. Because character is what remains when everything else fades. Talent can impress people. Looks can attract attention. Money can open doors. But only character will keep them open. Success without character is short-lived. But success with integrity, that lasts a lifetime. Character is who you are when no one's watching. It's a quiet decision to do what's right, even when it's not easy. Jim Rohn said, character is a quality that embodies many important traits, such as integrity, courage, perseverance, confidence, and wisdom. And without it, the foundation of your life will always be unstable. The power of integrity. The first pillar of an unstoppable person is integrity. Integrity means doing what you said you'd do, long after the feeling in which you said it has left you. Anyone can make promises when they're excited, but it takes character to keep them when you're tired. Integrity builds trust with others and, more importantly, with yourself. Every time you keep your word, you strengthen your confidence. Every time you break it, you weaken your belief in yourself. The unstoppable person doesn't need to boast. Their integrity speaks for them. Their life becomes proof. The strength of self-control. Character also means control, the ability to master yourself before you try to master anything else. Most people lose the battle within long before life ever tests them. They can't control their emotions, their reactions, their impulses. But the person of strong character doesn't let anger, fear, or jealousy run their life. Jim Rohn said, discipline is a foundation upon which all success is built. Self-control is that discipline, the invisible strength that turns chaos into clarity. When you control your thoughts, you control your world. When you master your emotions, you master your destiny, humility, and growth. The third mark of character is humility. You see, the unstoppable person doesn't think less of themselves. They just think of themselves less often. They're confident but not arrogant, strong but not proud. They understand that real strength doesn't shout. It listens. Humility keeps you teachable. It reminds you that no matter how far you've come, there's always more to learn. The moment you think you know it all, you stop growing. But the humble person keeps learning, keeps improving, keeps rising. That's why humility is the secret ingredient of greatness. Perseverance through adversity. Every person of strong character has walked through storms. Because character is not built in comfort. It's forged in adversity. The fire that burns you today can purify you tomorrow. When life tests you, it's not trying to destroy you. It's trying to develop you. Every challenge is shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, more capable. Don't run from difficulty. Embrace it, because the moments that test your patience are the same moments that build your power. Jim Rohn said, don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. And that's the mindset of an unstoppable person. Responsibility and ownership. You can't have character without responsibility. You must own your life, your choices, your mistakes, your direction. Excuses are easy. Blame is convenient. But responsibility, that's power. When you take responsibility, you stop waiting for someone to fix things for you. You realize, if it's to be, it's up to me. That one mindset separates the weak from the strong, the ordinary from the exceptional. Every great leader, every great achiever, Every unstoppable person, they all had one thing in common. They owned their results. And that ownership gave them freedom. The person of character doesn't need to prove anything to the world. Their peace, their discipline, their persistence, those speak louder than words. They are calm in chaos, focus in distraction, steady in storm. That's the calm fire within, the mark of an unstoppable spirit. You see, real confidence doesn't come from shouting, "Look at me." It comes from quietly knowing, "I'm becoming who I was meant to be." And that is enough. In the end, your reputation is what people think of you. But your character, that's who you really are. The applause fades. The spotlight moves on. But your legacy, the mark you leave on others, that stays. Be the person others can trust. Be the person who keeps promises. Be the one who stands firm when everyone else bends. Because in a world full of shortcuts, integrity will always stand out. Jim Rohn said it beautifully. Character is a quality that can make you rich, not in money, but in meaning. So build your character, protect your integrity, and let your example be your loudest message. That's how you become unstoppable. Not by chasing success. The ultimate reward of character is not what you get, but who you become. So become that person, steady, humble, strong, and unshakable. That's the true power of character. That's the foundation of an unstoppable life.